Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exile Magpie.
Hello!
Magpie's not feeling very well today.
No, I'm not. You might not be able to hear it, but you probably will eventually.
Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, we had last week off, mainly because I was ill.
Yes.
And obviously you don't get the same privileges.
No. Well, it's your channel.
Work you like a dog, so that's fine.
Shouldn't really do that.
Yeah. Anywho, so last week we had... obviously the big news was Sony
Yes.
laying off 900 staff. And they're set to close their
London studio.
PlayStation London, I think
Yeah.
it's called. The studio. Anyway, they're set to close that. Sony has announced a significant round of layoffs affecting around 900 staff, or about 8% of its global PlayStation workforce. The layoffs affect a number of PlayStation studios, including Insomniac, Naughty Dog, Guerrilla, Firesprite, and most significantly PlayStation's London studio. Alongside the layoffs, a number of in-development games are cancelled. Well, yes, because that's what happens when you lay off. But
don't worry,
people.
guys. The gaming industry, the AAA gaming industry, it's in perfect, healthy conditions. Nothing wrong.
We are hitting the crash.
Oh yeah,
we're hitting the crash now. This is getting there. This has been going on for far too long.
I'm just waiting for one of the big publishers, their golden goose to fail, and then the shit show really begins.
In a blog post, outgoing Sony Interactive Entertainment boss Jim Ryan issued an update on what he called a difficult day at the company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Jim.
Well, not
great.
Not for you. You're retiring. You're getting to leave
with a lovely pension probably as well.
We have made the extremely hard decision to announce our plan to commence a reduction of our overall headcount globally by 8%, or about 900 people. Subject to local law and consultation process, Ryan said, employees across the globe, including our studios, are impacted. These are incredibly talented people who you're just laying off because they're so talented.
Oh yeah, they're so talented.
Talented people who have
they probably are, because we all know that the AAA game industry lays people off with the method of a shotgun and a blindfold.
Yeah, that's true.
It's whoever is unfortunate enough not to duck.
The thing is, it always feels like that backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
They're so talented.
They're so talented.
If they're talented, why are you firing them? And I understand. Oh well, yeah. We all know we didn't hit our profits because Sony, for some bizarre reason, had a ridiculous fucking sales target for the PS5.
Yeah.
Even though it's been how long it's been out? Yeah.
Even though they had production problems. And then even though we keep saying Sony had PlayStation 5 had better games than Xbox Series X and S, it's not cheap. It's not cheap, and it's not the most bulging with amazing games.
Yeah.
But
although to be fair, you could have like 3 games and you're better than the Xbox.
Yes.
But anyway,
the point I'm making is like we keep going on about like the thing that sells games is the thing that sells consoles is games.
Mm-hmm.
It has always been that. Mm-hmm. It will always be that. If you don't have the games on your console, it will not sell. It doesn't matter how powerful and what all bells and whistles your console can do. If it does not have the games on it, it will not sell. Mm. And so like I said, because Sony hasn't had as many.
Yeah.
As in like the PS4.
Yeah.
So people are literally going, well, why should I get a PS5? That's the only thing.
I think the thing now, at the moment is you got to remember, like, at least in this country,
it's still expensive.
We're going to go on in this country. Like we are dealing with
cost of living crisis.
The cost of living crisis. I hate calling it that. It just sounds
Basically, everything's gone up but wages. I mean,
no, it just the cost of living. It just sounds like something that I've gone to Tesco and I've picked up a cost of living crisis. So that I'll put it in the oven. Don't worry about it, guys.
Basically, the TLDR is wages have fell behind inflation and price increases, which
for like the last 10 years.
For like the last 10 years.
And it's caught up to us now.
And now it's starting to kick us in the ass. The thing is that a lot of employers have gone, we're giving you higher than inflation pay rises for this 1 year. So we can just go back to not paying you, increasing your pay at all. Now, can't we? Yeah. We're good with that, yeah? No, you have 10 years of being an absolute dick to make up.
So yeah, we've got that going on. So a lot of people just like
don't have the money.
Don't have 500 quid like lying around to buy a console.
Yeah.
You know? And then, you know, America's not much
America's
better
pretty much
than
in the same situation because like it's not the fact that like only certain items like everything's gone up, and not just like the stuff that you can choose not to have.
Yeah. Like
gas has gone up.
The
essentials: gas, water, electricity,
soap. Like let's go for the little things like
bread.
The things that you need.
The bare essential food items in anyone's diet. Like the things you have to have.
Like the stuff that you use to clean your house with.
And if you noticed, it's mostly the cheapest stuff that's gone massively up.
Yes.
Like the stuff that used to be really cheap, and you know you could go, okay, I'm not really that flush on cash this month or this week, so I'm just gonna buy the cheap stuff now for this week, and then you know hopefully
it's roughly about the same price.
And now it's like you're not saving 50 pence or $1 for Americans. You're only saving like 10.
Yeah, 10p or like 25
what used
cents.
to be I'm doing this so that I have some more money next week.
Yeah.
You're now doing it because it's the only one you can afford.
Yeah.
And now people are in this stupid vicious cycle of basically just being able to afford the bare necessities.
Back to Sony. Sony had this like they did have a ridiculous like target market to get.
I feel like they think every PlayStation should sell like the PS2, and it's like no, dude. The PS2 has and always will be the best selling console. I mean, yes, you know, so Nintendo and all that have gone, but like at the time, per population and all that sort of stuff, you're never gonna see how in that time frame, the ridiculous of how much the PS2 sold. So it's not going to happen anymore.
No, especially considering the PS2 had, I want to say 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
Because the PS3 had 5?
PS3 had about 5-6 years.
Same with the PS4.
Yeah.
The PS2 had a very long shelf life.
Yeah.
A very long shelf life, and I don't think we're ever going to see. Especially with the way like Microsoft and Sony are at the moment.
I'll be honest. I don't want another console though. I don't want them to release another. I want them look. Just focus on getting really good games. I mean, yes, people will complain. Oh, but the PCs are more powerful than but fuck it. Stop throwing all this money into a new console and start actually, paying your developers.
The only thing that I want. When I want another console is when the technology for consoles has like stepped up.
Yeah.
Now, because like the Xbox, I think we're pretty much there until like some sort of technology comes along.
Yeah.
That's better.
Because we're
it's the same because
we're at the point of diminishing returns.
Yes. Yeah, the big thing for the Xbox Series X and the PS5 is the SSD.
Yeah.
That was the big.
The SSD and ray tracing.
Yeah, those two consoles can do that, and that's like okay, right? I think that's worth upgrading.
Yeah,
right. Unless we can get something of that caliber for the next.
Yeah,
I don't see a point.
The thing is like they go on about like pure 4K and pure whatever K and all that. It's like, I don't want bigger resolutions.
Yeah, because
again, we are at the point of diminishing returns. I don't really want photorealism.
Also, we're also getting to the point with it's becoming like the uncanny valley sort of looking characters now, where you see them and you go, I mean, it looks good, but there's something off about that face.
Fable.
It's just no. Fable's like that they've somebody because I'm pretty sure Fable lets you make your own character.
Yeah.
So whoever made that character, no, they've clearly like just I don't know potato.
It was AI.
Possibly, it wouldn't surprise me because Richie Ayoade looks like Richie Ayoade in that trailer. I mean, granted, it's not the best, and maybe you could like spruce him up a little bit, make him look a little bit better, but you still know it's Richie Ayoade.
Yeah.
Like, well, that woman,
yeah,
literally looks like a potato. So, like, it really would not surprise me if
it was
AI that made that character, because dear God, that is terrible. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, Sony. Sorry.
Sony being
they came out not long ago saying that they are going to be focusing on maximizing profits. I think they said.
Yeah, they
did this big thing.
Basically, the entire Sony are just like Microsoft, like 2K, EA. All the big ones. They are literally
hence why PlayStation are looking more at live services than really they should be.
Yeah, because the golden goose is gone. I mean, don't get me wrong. Helldivers 2 has come out and shown people how to do a live service.
Helldivers is a live service done right.
Yeah, because it gives you a full game with an end game content. Because technically, you start playing at the end game content because it's a war.
Yeah,
and that's it. It's like, look, there are a bajillion missions. The civilians need to be democratized and saved, and everything else needs to be blown up with democracy. Have fun. Back to this. Ryan also announced layoffs of fellow UK studio Firesprite, which is working on a new narrative game. The status of that game is unknown. Elsewhere, Ryan announced reductions in various functions across Sony International Entertainment in the UK, which doesn't fucking surprise me. Oh no.
The proposed changes mean that we will enter a period of collective consultation before any final decisions are taken. All employees who are part of the collective consultation will be made aware of the next steps at the time. For those who will be leaving Sony, you are leaving this company with our deepest respect and appreciation. I'm sure they feel the respect and appreciation as you kick them out the door.
Yeah, the most backhanded compliment of backhanded compliments.
For all your efforts during your tenure. For those who will be staying, we will be saying goodbye to friends and colleagues that we cherish during this process, and this will be painful. Your resilience, sensitivity and adaptiveness will be critical in the weeks and months to come.
In other words, don't complain too much because your job may be going as well.
Yeah, basically they're just saying don't be a bitch about it.
Yeah.
You call it some of your friends may be losing your jobs, but don't bitch about it.
Yeah,
just get on with it.
Some of your friends may be losing your jobs, and also your job is not exactly secure either. But don't complain too much.
And also because we fired all those people, your job is now like 3 times harder because now you've got like three people's workload to do instead of just yours. But don't bitch about it.
Yeah.
Don't bitch about it.
Don't bitch about the amount of crunch and everything, the unsustainability of this industry, because we just want profit go up. We don't care how. Because if we cared how, we'd realise how much of a fucking problem we're causing ourselves.
Insomniac came out with the usual.
Oh, the JPEG.
JPEG thing.
Message.
Like several other teams across Sony and PlayStation Studios, Insomniac Games was impacted by yesterday's layoffs. There are no significant words to express our feelings about it. This is a solemn and unprecedented moment for our studio. We are focusing our energy on helping everyone affected through this challenging time. I mean, I don't know how you can help them when you've
fired them.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Here's the thing also, like with the
I suppose you could give them like a glowing what do they call it?
Review.
A review. if they get it, if
personal recommendation.
Yeah, like a recommendation for another studio, I suppose. But that's literally about
who's
it.
Hiring.
But like at the moment, everybody's sacking people. Who are they going to go to?
Like, and not everyone can just form an indie studio.
Yeah, no, everybody's got like the reputation of like Kojima or the guys who used to head Rocksteady because they've made their own studio now, or former Blizzard heads. Not everybody has the recognition of that.
Recognition, reputation, and the financial safety net to be able to do that. No.
So, like, what are you going to help them with? What are you going to pack their boxes for them?
This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It is the biggest money-making industry in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the companies at the top of it cannot actually afford to run the way they're running.
Yeah, they can't.
So it makes me think, where's all your money going? Where the fuck?
Goes in the back pocket.
Well, I know that, but
goes in the back pocket.
How are you so stupid? Like, you're making billions.
Well, yeah,
billions of dollars.
We've talked about this. We've said that like the people at the top of these companies now, they're not the people that actually. If you've noticed them, like if you look at Blizzard and Activision and fuck it, even half the studios that Sony own, you look at the studios that Xbox own.
I mean, just
now.
look at Rocksteady. Prime example.
Look at Rocksteady. Look at EA. EA is another prime example. Like the people who started those companies
are no
longer there, right? And the people who are running those companies are your fucking
salespersons. They've all come from the sales route.
Yeah,
they've gotten to the top.
That's what they are. They're all sales bros, and they have absolutely no idea how to actually make the thing. That they're selling.
Yeah, or even have an idea of how
and the problem is
that
because being a sales bro and being at the top is not necessarily bad, because that means I know how to sell things, and that's fine. But if you don't have somebody with you, maybe not at the top, but like somebody that's there to explain to you, we need this
for this to happen, this and this needs to be done.
If that person's not there, which there clearly isn't, it's just a boardroom full of people who are either yes people or just other sales bros.
Yeah.
Right? All that's going to happen is they're just going to be like, well, we need to add this, because that's why live services are as shit as they are.
Yeah.
Is because they come in and go, we need to maximize retention and we need to maximize profit by giving all this, and they'll see like an artist make a really cool skin for a character. Or for a class in a live service, and they'll go, oh no, that's too cool, we'll put that behind a paywall, or we'll put that on the battle pass.
We'll charge $40 for
and
it.
We'll charge $40 for it.
Mr. Artist, don't worry, you'll only get 1 cent on every sale.
Don't worry about that. And that's kind of pretty much is at least what it looks like to me, is that what's happened is that there's so many people at the top that are just completely out of touch with the people who are actually making the game, number one, and the actual people who actually want to buy games, that they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Do you know the group of players that I also hold responsible for? Your FIFA and Madden.
I don't. Alright, look. Because when it comes to those, I don't blame the players specifically. Because a lot of if you look at FIFA's player base,
there's a set
and
group.
you look at Madden's player base, a lot of them aren't. I wouldn't class them as your gamer. They are the people who go to work.
Yeah.
They work 8 hours, 9 hours. They come home and they only want to play FIFA. Mm. They buy FIFA.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine. And fuck it, you know what? If you put in money for the Ultimate Team, you do that, fine. I don't agree with it, but you know what? It's your money. You do what you want.
Yeah.
Right? It's not them that I blame. It's the content creators.
Oh God, yes.
That I blame. The ones that sell the same shit to their audience over and over and over again, even though they know that game's crap. They know that game is absolutely
shit,
garbage,
and yet they will year
act like it is the best game that has ever come out. And it's that sort of shit.
You know who you are.
Oh yeah, you all know who you are, and that's hey, look, you know what, you got to make your money somehow, and as much as I think you're a garbage person, I understand.
But I'm hoping you guys can look at yourself in the mirror and realize the shit you're causing.
But it's that sort of it's that mentality of like, because you are right, there are games, and personally I'm probably part of that thing because I'm a Destiny fanboy.
Yeah.
And Destiny, as though the last few months I've been criticising them because Destiny's been dog shit.
Yeah. But you haven't even played Destiny for about a month now.
There's no point now because basically the story's finished. The story's done up until the final ship comes out.
Yeah.
There's no more story beats.
Yeah.
So there's literally no point in, unless you want to get absolutely everything or grind the events that are coming. And to be fair, the events are just like, I'm literally playing Destiny for the story now, and maybe there's some of the side quests, or if there's, I don't know, if like a really cool gun that isn't on the fucking battle pass comes out, then maybe. But
you're done with the grind.
But yeah, I don't want to grind. I don't need to. I'm a lone Destiny player. Like I do the dungeons if I feel like I want to do them.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for me to play that game. And it's cool that it's got a fire team finder, but I'm just like, I really can't be bothered. I just want to shoot things in the face.
Yeah, it's.
I don't want to get yelled at.
After everything that you've done.
Yeah.
It's just too much hassle.
Yeah. I think I've got to the point where all my friends have got to where they just sort of
dropped
off. I think but my thing is like, no, I want to get to the end.
You want to get to the end of the story.
Yeah, and then I'll probably just
bail,
put it down, and go to something else. But yeah,
probably Helldivers 2.
Oh no, I'm going to be on Helldivers 2 before the final shape comes out.
I know, but I mean like the thing that you replace Destiny with.
Oh yeah, probably.
But the point we get back to is the AAA game industry is in. We're
either in one or we're walking into one. Well, we're not, but like the companies are. We're in a crash.
Yeah.
You can't say you are firing this many people and say we're not in a crash. Yeah. Because you're clearly not making enough money.
Do you know what? Some people, the usual like kiss asses that come out and go, well, I don't think it's a crash. I think it's a restructuring. It's clearly gotten too big, and they have to. It's like, no, they've gotten too big because they were expecting stupid amounts of money, and have paid their investors based on that stupid amount of money. And they don't get the stupid amount of money, and now they're going, well, how do we pay our investors with the amount of profit? I know, we'll just fire a bunch of people.
Yeah, very much.
And again, it goes back to the whole thing of like, you are only making this worse for yourself in the long run. It's just, they are being so short-sighted. Like, not even 6 months, not even 3 months now.
Mm-hmm.
They are so short-sighted. Like I said, they are going to walk flat into into an absolute clusterfuck of a crash.
This one's going to be worse than the last one.
Yeah, because of how big the companies are now.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Like
the fact it's actually the fact that like they clearly they either don't see it, like because they're that stupid, or they're just willfully ignoring it.
Yeah, I mean you just have to look at Warner Bros. Prime example. They have Rocksteady, whose reputation has been built on superhero brawler.
Yeah.
They literally created how a superhero brawler should feel like and play like. They literally created that, and they go, we're going to force you to make a live service action game. We're going to force you to use your own creative universe for it. But we're not going to have you guys write the script, and you're going to have a live service, and it's going to have to be a looter shooter.
Yeah.
A company, a developer that is known for its brawling mechanics is going to make a gunplay game.
Yeah.
And then, of course, what happens? Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad comes out and it's absolute garbage.
Where
apart from apparently the Green Lantern boss fight, which isn't too bad, and the Flash boss fight.
Yeah, but here's the best thing, right? Apparently, the Flash boss fight is repeated.
Yeah, it's repeated again for Superman. And again for Brainiac.
And then Brainiac is literally the Flash. I'm like, are you? I remember watching Angry Joe play the Brainiac fight. I was like, okay, maybe he's going to turn. He's going to
switch into
each one, and it's going to be like you've got to remember everything you've done on all the fights and.
No.
But no, it's just Brainiac as the Flash.
And then when you finish the game, your end game is to fight Brainiac again. Another 13 times.
But no, you can't just splash through it.
Oh my
you have
God.
to wait for each season to come out.
Yes. That
Do you honestly?
Bad. That is the worst life
Here's the
service
thing,
I've ever
right?
seen.
Here's the thing. It's a good thing in one sense. It's a good thing this is a live service because this is doing so poorly. They're gonna pull the plug on it, which means there will be, apart from the people who actually have it on their hard drives, no existence of the Suicide Squad and the god awful story that is.
Actually, you know what? There is one good thing that has came out of Suicide Squad.
Go on.
More people are playing the Arkham series now.
I know.
Even Origins.
I know.
Even Origins is getting more players.
And that gets lambasted.
Yeah, and to be fair, I love Origins. I think Origins is a great game, but you know,
it's no Arkham. It's no Rocksteady Arkham.
It's not Rocksteady, but I still think it's a good game.
Yeah,
I think the problem is people just sort of put too much pressure on Origins because it's not.
Yeah, it wasn't Rocksteady.
It's not Rocksteady. I think if you go back and play Origins without the thing of like, oh, it's not Rocksteady, so it's not good.
It still has enough.
It's what I say about Dark Souls 2. Right, Dark Souls 2 gets lambasted out of the free because it's not Miyazaki who did the game.
Yes,
and that's literally it. But Dark Souls 2 is a good game.
It is. It's weird in the whole, even in Dark Souls sense.
Yes.
It is weird.
It is
how
weird.
it does some of the things, but it's not a bad game. It's just it's like. It is literally like comparing Atletico Madrid to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
99 seasons out of 100.
Atletico Madrid are still good.
They're
just
very good.
Not Real Madrid.
They're amazing. Atletico Madrid are an amazing team. American people who don't watch football, you may not understand this thing. Just implement amazing team with very good team.
Yeah, think Patrick Mahomes is really, really, really good. He's just not Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's just not.
Just think of it like that.
Yeah, for you Americans, and like I say, take greatest of all time and someone who is extremely good. That's that's the comparison.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does fall flat in comparison to Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3, but then it's they were made by Miyazaki's team, and so they. It's in one sense it's an unfair comparison, although a justified one.
Yeah.
Anyway, but again, back to the whole situation of the AAA game industry, and
since we're still talking about layoffs, hold on. Yeah, I found another one.
It's not, just look. All you have to do is go game industry layoffs, and you'll get more.
So this was 4 days ago. A Star Wars game has been cancelled as EA cuts 670 jobs.
Yeah, because...
Now, the thing here is, I only know of one Star Wars game that EA was working on.
Which was the next Jedi...
Well, that's probably not going to be the one that's cancelled, but there was one that was going to be, a more narratively... Driven game.
Yeah.
Well, that I'm pretty sure...
Do you know what it'll be?
What?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Was EA working on that?
It was. We haven't heard.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything about the remaster?
Yeah, that's true.
For a while.
Since it was announced, I haven't heard anything about it.
KOTOR has been. It's been really signed. So I bet you it's KOTOR. That's been canned.
Electronic Arts lays off around about 5% of its employees globally, approximately 670 people. The game, which was in early early development would have been a first-person shooter set in the Star Wars universe. So Battlefront 3?
Maybe. I don't know.
The firm said streamlining would deliver deeper, more connected experiences for fans. Right, okay, yeah, sure. This is what I don't understand, right? I would much prefer these companies to come out and go, well, we didn't make enough money, so we laid off a lot of people, right?
Yeah, just be honest.
Instead of doing this sort of like, well, we want to deliver deeper and more connected experiences for the fans.
So
we're laying off all these people for the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what the fans want you to do. The fans want you to fire a bunch of people.
Which then makes the people that are left more stressed with more work to do, which means they'll have a detrimental effect on the game they're working on. Yes, that's what we want. That is exactly what we want. Well done. Thank you, EA. Thank you, gracious overlords of EA. Now, if you could just take this, take the biggest walk off the shortest pier, preferably surrounded by sharks. If you could just do that, please. And, you know,
also,
I won't hear your screams as you're eating.
There is something that like is really, really annoying me at the moment. Like, I understand like people on the internet saying it because it's the internet, right? But
the internet
it gets no. It's not that. Like, you know how words just show up on the internet and it usually means something, but it means something else on the internet. That sort of thing, right? So, ever since I first heard of it from Destiny 2, when sunsetting became the thing for like, oh, we're getting rid of guns.
Yes.
Right.
We're getting rid of guns. We're getting rid of guns in a looter shooter, which will piss everyone off because a lot of those guns people work really hard to get, and they've put time and effort into it. So we can't call getting rid of it. We're going to sunset it.
Yeah, because it
won't piss them off as much. Right.
So now, that was the first time I heard of it. I don't know whether it was something from before or after that, but now, like, you've got corporate people. We are also sunsetting games. You mean cancelling? Say counselling.
Go F yourself.
You're a fucking professional. You're not some random dude on Reddit. Sunsetting games and moving away from development of future licensed IP that we do not believe will be successful in our changing industry. He wrote.
Okay. So,
oh yeah, because StarArs won't be successful.
Well, considering how EA fucked up Battlefront 2.
Yeah, but like, let's be honest. Jedi
Fallen Order and
Jedi
Survivor did actually quite well.
There you go. You know, there's a little bit of goodwill there.
Squadrons is an amazing game.
So there you go.
I love Squadrons.
So like, I think, you know, if they did keep with a first-person shooter Star Wars game, I think it would do pretty well.
They've actually
maybe just don't call it Battlefront 3.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of the older Star Wars games getting re-released, like if not a HD remaster, but like a improvement to run on more modern systems. Because I know Dark Forces has just been released on PC. I think PlayStation as well, and maybe Xbox. I'm pretty sure I saw it in the store, but I could be mistaken. But I know it's out on PC. I know I saw it on Steam. And of course, in the next few weeks, we are getting Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, the PS2 games, which are amazing. They were amazing on PlayStation when you literally just could play with your friend in split screen.
Yeah.
And from what I hear from PC players, 64 people battle a half was the shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
But yeah, so this is the latest round of cuts, because this is like the one that's just been announced after Sony. So this has come after Microsoft's layoff of 1,900 people.
Yeah.
Sony's announcement of 900 staff being cut, and so we've lost 1,000. It's 2,800.
Here's the thing, right? I can guarantee you there will be conversations
in the space of a week. The gaming industry has lost 2,000, just over 2,500 jobs.
But don't worry, the health of the industry is perfectly fine.
It's perfectly fine, and you know they are.
They're just hemorrhaging players. They're just hemorrhaging developers, like like if someone's chopped off a limb.
I'm starting to get to the feeling as like, are you like a Japanese anime company all of a sudden? Has AAA gaming become the anime now of just like high turnover? It's because this is ridiculous.
I'm expecting the parody of the Black Knight from Monty Python.
The game industry is still a $223 billion industry.
How the fuck?
And will grow by approximately another $78 billion by 2030.
But they can't afford to.
But they can't afford to keep staff.
There is something wrong in the industry. If you are not, I'm sorry, but like companies are making that much money. If you cannot afford to run your company on the amount of money that EA, Sony, Microsoft, 2K, Ubisoft, the millions, if not billions of dollars that you are making, then the senior management needs to fucking go, because they are wasting a lot of money. Plain and simple. They just need to go. And I guarantee you, in all of these companies, in every single one, right? I guarantee you there will be conversations like this. Oh, I need this done. Well, sorry, we can't do that.
Oh, you mean like Twitter?
Yeah.
When Elon Musk fired all those people and then he needed something done, but the people that actually did that stuff, he fired
all of them.
He fired them all.
Well, I need X, Y, and Z done. We can't do that. Why?
No, you fired them all.
You fired all of them. Well, can't you do it? No, because that's a completely different part of the code, and if I go in there, it'll break everything.
Yeah.
Well, just do it. I guarantee you there'll be conversations like that.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, the releasing of staff in the AAA game industry seems to be done with a shotgun and a blindfold. There seems to be no rhyme or reason. That a person's years of service means nothing. A person's expertise means nothing. I'm literally like, they must have a dartboard. It must be literally Wheel of fucking Fortune. They put everyone's names on the Wheel of Fortune, and they've built one in their CEO office, and they just pull that thing to see you.
No. It's that South Park episode where they cut the head off the chicken and they just let it run around and just see where it lands.
I mean,
the Wheel of Fortune things, it seems like they actually put effort into it.
Yeah, true. Dartboard then. Because you can just buy a cheap ass dartboard.
Yeah, that's true. Right, moving on. Unfortunately, yeah, those layoffs. It's getting worse, and yeah,
we're not even a third of the way into the year.
Nope. Isn't that lovely?
I am wondering when the first major company is going to declare.
I'm not wondering when. I'm wondering who.
Yeah,
that's what I'm. No,
who and when, because I don't know exactly when it'll happen, but it will happen, and who, because
for a long time I was like, it's going to be EA, because EA just really stinker after stinker after stinker.
Yeah,
and then Jedi.
But the problem is that EA has its full
and it's got
team.
Apex.
It's got his Ultimate Team as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
yeah,
is basically gambling to kids. But anyway, and I'm thinking it's either going to be a Warner Brothers, maybe, but I think what Warner Brothers would do is go, we're releasing our gaming division to be on its own thing, and then 2 days later, Warner Brothers Gaming declares bankruptcy.
Yeah, true.
That's
probably
what Warner Brothers would do. I would probably say maybe Ubisoft, possibly.
No, I don't think Ubisoft.
But I think they've got enough going through, so maybe 2K, but they've got Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, each one of them. I'm wondering, see, it depends on which one has their golden goose die.
Yeah.
And the one that I think has the biggest chance of dying is Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
FIFA or Madden. Because all it takes, I know people keep going up, but all it takes is the gaming for the governments to just turn around, because they can do it. Even though this regulator said it's not classed as gambling, we're going to class it as gambling now.
Yeah.
And then EA are fucked. Because once one of the major countries does it, either us, the US, probably say Germany, Japan, once one of them does it, everyone else goes, wait, they're calling it gambling, which means we can tax them? Yeah, we'll do that.
Right, so moving on. So, a while ago, we mentioned that Sony was in a lawsuit here in the UK. They had a lawsuit about the store, about overpricing and all that, if you remember.
Yes.
A while ago. Now, nothing really came out of that for a while.
Yeah.
Until now. So, this is on Game Reactor, and for some bizarre reason they've got a heart with the Ukraine flag on it.
It's
but, they support Ukraine.
Yeah, it's like 2 years since the start. So.
Yeah, I know. It's just it always baffled me why these companies have the Ukraine flag on them. It's like
it's called pandering.
Oh, I know, but it still baffles me why people do it.
Because
it's the same with TikTok.
It's because
TikTok baffles me. I'm like, well, here's 6 dances you can do to support Ukraine. Yeah, because the Ukrainian soldiers like, oh well, you know what? I can do this now because Sandra here's done a belly dance.
Yeah.
We've got this, guys.
I mean, I don't know where I'm going to find the artillery shells to fire at the Russians, but
you know, this dance here, it's got us. Or the Russians are going to go, oh, we can't attack anymore. We can't attack.
Paul's done a jig.
Paul's done it. Paul has twerked.
Yeah.
We can't do it. Can't do it, guys. That's it. It's over. Everybody pack your bags. Let's go home. It's
called pandering.
And
I hate it because it is disingenuous to the max.
It's like when with the whole thing with Israel and Palestine, the same thing happened there, and I'm just like, look, pander to people all you want, okay? I don't personally like it, but I get why you're doing it.
Yeah.
But like, these are very serious situations, right here, right?
Yeah.
And at least with Russia and Ukraine, you can go, well, clearly Russia are the bad guys here. In this situation with Palestine and Israel, it's
most importantly, Hamas and
the Israeli government, not the actual people.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God, this is not the time to be doing this. Like, this is a moment
there
where
are no good guys in this.
There are no good guys. There is no supporting one or the other here. You literally just go, please, for the love of God, let the civilians live. Israel, please stop bombing Gaza and blowing the shit out of like little Timmy.
Yeah.
And Hamas, stop butchering people. That would solve a lot of things. Would you just stop doing it?
And that is a very, very, very basic element.
That's a very basic way of asking them to stop.
Yeah. We know it's a lot more complicated than
It is a lot more complicated.
As a person who enjoys history and especially military history, I'm fully aware that it's not as simple.
I am fully aware that
there's a lot more.
There's a lot more
complexity
in the whole situation with Palestine and Israel.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that there's a lot more complicated things going on there.
But the basic simple thing is, look, I don't like the Israeli government bombing the shit out of the only place that the people of Gaza can actually, live, because they can't go anywhere else. But I also don't like what Hamas is doing because, I don't need to say why. Yeah, it's a bit obvious.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. But anyway, let's go back to the lawsuit.
Let's get off this tangent.
Let's get off this tangent of pandering companies who are just and TikTok and YouTube, because YouTube does it as well. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, the thing is that it always comes across to me as disingenuous. Just like when Pride Week comes around, or Pride Month, I can't remember.
I think it's Pride Month.
All like your Nikes and McDonald's
with the flag.
All of a sudden have a version of the rainbow flag on them, despite the fact that they finance the politicians that are openly going against LGBTQ issues and are making things much worse for those groups. But for that 1 month, they support them clearly.
Yeah,
like I find it extremely disingenuous, and I hate it because it's like, no, you're doing it just to make money off them.
Yeah, because
that's all you care about. That's all they are to you. Is a fucking bank. Is a fucking dollar sign.
Right, moving back on. Get back to this. Right, so Sony PlayStation have been in a bit of legal trouble in the UK for allegedly abusing its position as the market leader in the country in regard to how it operated and ran the PlayStation Store between 2016 and 2022. A collective proceedings lawsuit from Alex Neil was put forward stating that Sony's 30% commission on any sale on their store, which is a figure we've seen used on other storefronts too. Yes, because Sony did it first and then everybody else copied them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. Is ripping off
I'm pretty sure
customers.
Epic's one of the few with the Epic Store.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, Epic's not as bad with its prices. The Microsoft Store is just as bad.
Yeah. But for once, it's
Steam.
For once, it's Microsoft,
Microsoft copying Sony.
Not Sony copying Microsoft.
Steam's not so bad depending on which game.
And also, you can almost tell, the smaller developers, they don't get charged as much.
Yeah.
But then again, their games often cost a lot less, so they, it swings and roundabouts for that. It's still, I don't know the finances as more in detail, so it's hard for me to say whether or not one is better than the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sony 30% just for them to sell their game on your store.
Now, a notice has gone out that states that if you purchased anything on the PlayStation Store between August 19th, 2016 and August 19th, 2022, you could be eligible for compensation between £67 and £562. My problem here is I can't remember if I bought anything. I mean, I can barely remember what I had for breakfast this morning. I think it was cereal. It might not have been.
Who the fuck keeps the receipts for all those?
Well, there's the thing, you don't get a receipt.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose actually, right, if you bought something on the store...
You would have it in your library and you would see when you bought it.
Yeah, it tells you when you buy it.
Yeah.
So I suppose that way...
You do it that way.
You do it that way.
That's an awful lot of work to work out how much of only for 56 quid.
I know. 67.
67 quid.
It's 562 quid if...
Up to. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, whenever they say, up to, it means that only one thing is at that up to price.
Yeah.
Up to 90% off. We are selling something for 10 pence when it costs £1. Everything else is 10% off.
And that a UK court has granted the claimant an order to continue its lawsuit. So this isn't the end.
Yeah, it's not over and done with.
Granted, this doesn't actually mean a whole lot for anyone seeking compensation just yet. In fact, this order neither means that the case will win, or if it does show developments, that it will be concluded soon. But it is a step forward in the case that otherwise seemed quite unlikely. Yeah, this is why I'm actually talking about it. Because I generally thought this was not going to go anywhere.
No, I didn't either. I thought it was interesting news, but probably wouldn't come out.
Because if this actually happens...
It's not just Sony.
Nintendo and Microsoft are fucked.
Well, Sony are as well, but yeah.
Sony's fucked. Yeah. Right, Sony's fucked right now. If it goes through, Sony's fucked. But what I'm saying is that Nintendo and Microsoft are fucked.
It sets a precedent.
Yeah, because they're going to have to do the same, because they roughly price it.
And here's the thing, right? I can guarantee you Sony, Microsoft and Nintendo will probably know how much money they took off everyone, each person. They will have those records, because I can guarantee you if it was the other way round, they'd be coming for everyone's asses as much as possible.
But to state, it is also unclear why the lawsuit only looks to point fingers at Sony when Microsoft, Nintendo and Valve also impose similar commissions fees on their stores, which is something that we brought up.
Yeah,
which is also why we thought it wasn't going to go anywhere, because Microsoft have done it.
The way the people bringing this lawsuit could get around it is they're using Sony to mark a precedent, which means that if we get it through against Sony, we don't need to go through the courts. We can just basically turn to Microsoft and Nintendo and the like and go, yeah, by the way, you owe these people a fuck ton of money.
You owe your customers money because you've been overcharging them.
You've been overcharging them. So you need to give the money back. Otherwise, we'll take you to court, and it will not take that long. Right. It will literally be in. They've charged this. This is the percentage. This is the court. This is the precedent we're giving you. And the judge will go, yeah, that's the precedent. Yeah, you've been charging that much.
There you go.
You owe the customers this much money.
Now, I still don't think this is going to go anywhere. I still don't think this is actually going to go through.
Yeah.
Mainly because Sony are a multi-billion pound company and can afford lawyers to, even if it's just to afford lawyers to kick the can down the road.
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Until the people that have bought it up run out of money.
Yeah.
Which is a tactic a lot of companies do.
Yeah.
They know they can't win.
Which is why they get away with so much stuff, is because they can afford the lawyers that just kick the can down the road. And eventually the person who's bringing up the lawsuit against them can't afford to do it anymore. And so, yeah, unfortunately that's the world that we live in. Yeah, like I said, I still don't think we're going to get anything out of this. It would be nice to see. I mean, it's generally quite nice to see that it's actually gotten a little bit further into the process. It's just whether or not it's going to,
if anything's going to happen. Yeah, if anything's going to happen, because it could go the distance and they lose.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. We're not
lawyers.
Experts. We're not lawyers. We're not. Oh, it's not business. We're not. What's the term?
Economics?
Yeah, we're not economic or business
business savvy
lawyers. So, yeah, we don't know. But it is interesting because it could have serious repercussions in the entire game industry, because everyone has their own store now. EA has their own store, which Ubisoft as well. I mean, granted, they mostly sell their own stuff on it, but there's the odd one or two games.
Right.
But also, Microsoft has the Windows Store.
Yeah. They've got two stores.
Yeah.
They've got the Xbox Store and the
Windows
Windows Store. So, yeah. And obviously, Steam, Valve.
Yeah.
And that's a big-ass store.
That is a monopoly. Well, it's not a monopoly per se, but it's almost big enough to be a monopoly.
Yeah. Right, anyway. So, moving on. So, we're now moving on to more lighter news. So
more exciting news.
Well, not maybe. I wouldn't say exciting, but more fun.
Yeah,
more fun. Okay, so there was a new Pokemon Legends reveal. So if you don't know what Pokemon Legends is Acreus. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that was the first Pokemon Legends game.
Yeah, which went back into
feudal
Japan. Is it Hoenn? Hoenn region?
Was it not the Kanto?
Kanto region, the first region, basically the start, the very first Pokemon game.
Yeah, I'm very professional. I've got my phone on me. Leave me alone. Anyway, so just recently they've revealed a new Pokemon Legends game called Z2A or ZA. I don't know what that means, but
no, I think it's just Pokemon Legends Z.
I'm pretty sure it's ZA.
Oh, anyway.
Because that doesn't make any sense. Pokemon Legends Z, a reveal.
Yeah.
Oh my god, work, go away.
Here's the thing: the one time you turn that off is the one time that an actual.
I actually need it for work.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's why I don't want to turn it off, because it's like if I turn it off, it's going to be something really, really important that I need to read.
Yes.
Right. So anyway. Yeah, so basically, right, the big thing for this reveal isn't the fact that it's a new Pokemon game, funny enough. What this reveal has actually done is it has ignited the whole Switch 2 rumours again.
Which, if I'm knowing Nintendo, it won't be called the Switch 2.
No.
Nintendo never call anything 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. It's literally going to be something else.
I think it's still going to be the Switch, but I think it's going to be the Super Switch.
I mean... Yeah,
I kind of wanted to be called the Super Switch.
Yeah, call it the Super Switch, but it also harks back to the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Okay, so the annual showcase lays out the brand's plans for the series over the next year, and found out that the next title, Pokemon Legends ZA, will launch for Nintendo Switch in 2025. Which, yeah, Pokemon's has really needed some time, because I think the longest they've had for the last few games
is about a year.
It's got to be like 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
So I think 2 years would be nice.
Yeah. It is only a Legends game, but then again, the last one
was really good.
Was actually good. It actually introduced some new mechanics that were actually interesting. Like you could actually go out, sneak up to a Pokemon, and throw a Pokeball at them.
Yeah, and try and catch them. News of the release date immediately ignited speculation that the game could be an early title on the as-yet confirmed sequel to Nintendo's popular console. It's been widely reported that a new machine could launch next spring, which, yeah, if you think about it logically, with how old the Switch is.
The thing is, though, if that was the case, we'd probably be hearing actual news about it now.
I would agree with you on that, but we've also got to remember this is Nintendo.
That is also very true.
They tend to really like to keep things very close to at least 6 months before release.
True.
So, yes, possibly, because you got to think the Switch. I remember the Switch being revealed, and then not that long after it was out.
True, that is a good point. Yeah, and also the Switch has been out for about 6-7 years now. Probably longer, actually.
Well, it's the oldest of the 3 current consoles now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been widely reported that the new machine could launch next spring, despite the lack of an official announcement. But a reference to a simultaneous release in the game's trailer and mention of multiple Switch systems in a tweet from the Pokemon Company convinced many the secret was out. In response, others pointed out that there was different versions of the original console already. Yeah, so there's the other one.
The OLED.
Yeah, the OLED and the one that it doesn't have a docking station. The most recent entries in the Pokemon series, Scarlet and Violet, were criticised for performance issues after their launch in 2022. So yeah, this will have been 3 years. This will come out 3 years after the last Pokemon game. Which, they need it. They need that time. And the explosive release of Power World, described as Pokemon with Guns, earlier this year led to fans to suggest that the original series had gone stale. But the response to Pokemon Legends ZDA has been fairly positive. A brief 2-minute teaser shows a computer-generated Pikachu running through a wireframe version of a city.
Which is an actual city in, I want to say X and Y, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's the rumors are that we're going to get the Switch. We'll just call it the Switch 2 for now. We'll get this.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a full remake of X and Y. I think that. Or was it Black and White?
I think it's X and
It's
Y.
either X and Y or Black and White.
I think it's X and Y.
Yeah. So.
Also known as I think it was the first game where I discovered the wild Eevees.
Ah, wild Eevees. Yes. Also, although Princess Peach has just come out. That Princess Peach game, and apparently it's doing really well.
Yeah, go. Do you know what? That looks like a very fun game for people who like those type of games. So yeah, good on it.
After pulling back to a bird's eye view of the circular city with an Eiffel Tower-like structure in the centre, the video reveals the game is set in Lumos City. In the final seconds of the trailer, a rainbow-coloured S shape forms on screen, instantly recognisable to Pokemon fans as the symbol for Mega Evolutions. The prospect of the popular feature, which allows players to transform Pokemon into supercharged versions, got some very excited. Basically, Digimon. It's the
Mega Evolutions, yeah.
Yeah, the Mega Evolutions are just Digimon, where they evolve for a little bit and then go back to their base state.
I'll be honest. Seeing the Mega Evolutions was cool.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people who's like, yeah, the Mega Evolutions are absolutely amazing.
The Crystalline Evolutions in Scarlet and Violet is a much more interesting mechanic because it turns for the basic premise is it turns what usually would be a weakness, like the element. It basically changes the element type of that Pokemon. Yeah, meaning that it counters. If someone puts out a counter to your Pokemon, you instantly go Crystal, and then it's like, bitch,
gotcha.
But so this is going to be a legend, so it's not going to be your usual Pokemon. I want to be the Pokemon champion.
No, this is going to be like a...
So that's going to be. It should be okay because
I think that's what a lot of people like about Legends. Yeah, is that it isn't that. That's not your story.
And I say, I don't want the Champion's Journey anymore.
Yeah, I think we're done with
the Champion's Journey.
I would honestly really like something like a Dragon Quest story, but with Pokemon. You know, like I don't want a survival game. I know people have been like, well, why don't they just do Power World? But we've got Power World.
We've got Power World.
I don't want...
That ship for Pokemon has sailed.
Yeah, we don't need another one. All right, we've got Power World.
Also, Power World lets you do things that the Pokemon would never let you do.
No, especially considering Pokemon is much more family friendly.
There is no way, one, you could capture humans.
No.
And two, there's no way it'll let you actually, cook and eat the Pokemon.
I don't think you can... I mean, you do eat them, but, like, I've been playing it, and I can't butcher them anymore.
No.
I think that's been patched out.
Oh, well.
I think you... Basically, when you fight them, if you kill them,
yeah,
get the health all the way down, you get, like, food.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I mean.
But you know how...
Pokemon... the Pokemon Company would not let you do that.
Yes.
Because even all the way back to Pokemon, the first Pokemon game, you didn't kill them. No. They just fainted.
Yeah, they fainted.
They fainted.
You knocked them out.
I mean, Mewtwo...
Mewtwo throwing something through a wall... Mewtwo throwing like a Tauros through a wall. I'm pretty sure that's going to kill the Tauros.
Yeah. Charizard, Flame...
Or Gyarados.
Dragon Rage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Not many, especially the smaller Pokemons, are going to survive that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. So Pokemon's got a cool thing. I'm a bit mixed. I'm just sort of like meh, because the reveal doesn't really show me anything new.
Yeah, there's no details.
Yeah.
Which, at least with the first Legends, you instantly got like one. Clearly it was set back in history.
Yeah, I think that's what really for the first one. That's the thing that really got me. That got me interested. It was like, oh, okay, we're starting off, because basically the whole point of the Aquarius is basically where they're setting up Kanto.
Yeah,
they're building Kanto, and all that stuff. Whereas this one just seems to me like, okay, so we're going into a computer. Are we all of a sudden doing Digimon? Are we Digimon now? Like,
yeah, I don't think we know enough details. This one is a lot more vaguer than the first Legends. I don't know if that's because how in early development it is.
Look, we've said this before for Pokemon. All they've got to do is, number one, work on their fucking servers. Nintendo need to work on their goddamn servers, so the online's better. And Pokemon just need to make a fucking online game. That's all they got to do.
Pokemon MMO.
Yeah, that's all they've got to do. And give us a big arcing fucking world story where we go all over the world of Pokemon and this, that, and the other, and I don't know. Give us, you start off on one island. The first story is the champion's journey, and then you get to you become the Grandmaster at the end, and then you realise, oh shit, look at all these other fucking islands, and all the islands are DLC, are your expansion passes. There you go.
Do you know what?
Done.
I would agree with you, but considering how disappointing the fan base is, I would probably go, that's the halfway point. You become Pokemon champion. You beat the Elite Four. You beat your rival. And then, holy shit, Team Rocket are back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like something stupid like that happens.
Team Rocket are back and they're better than ever.
And you deal with you end up taking on Giovanni and Mewtwo. Mewtwo's the final boss. All this sort of shit. And Giovanni's also not the final gym. Like, please, let's not do that. That always felt weird. The first one where you get to the end and it's, well, hold on. He's like the head of like one of the world's most evil organizations, and he's a gym leader? And people just let him do that?
And it's not a hidden secret that he is the head of Team Rocket?
I mean, either everyone in this place is dumb, because everyone around here is wearing the same uniform as the Team Rocket people, or
they willingly just
everyone's just accepting this. But yeah, like if you're gonna do it, do a hero's journey. Fine, do that. Or a champion's journey, whatever. Do that. Fuck it. Do a tournament arc right at the beginning.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that.
Actually, no. Instead of the hero's journey, you start off wanting to become a Pokemon trainer, not a Pokemon master.
Yeah.
You want to become a Pokemon trainer, and then then you have a tournament arc, and then you have the main plot line.
Yeah. Basically just do a Final Fantasy 7. 14, sorry.
Yeah.
You just do a Final Fantasy 14. Just fuck it. Anyway.
We say that as if it's the simplest thing.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like, all I'm on about is like simple story points. Like, we don't have to have the same story every goddamn time.
Oh, and here's another thing. If Nintendo really wanted to make bank, make it crossplay.
Make it crossplay. And then, do you want to know how to really make bank? You add cosmetics for your Pokemon.
Yes.
And cool ones. Not the ones that you've got in the game where, I don't know, you can give Pikachu a hat. No. I mean, cool ass...
Stuff you saw in the anime.
Yeah, stuff you see in the anime.
Squirtle sunglasses.
Yeah, like that sort of shit. Yeah? Yeah, that's how you do it. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I don't care. Anywho, moving on. Finally, we're going to talk about Helldivers.
Yes.
So, Helldivers, it turns out there is one guy who the fan base has just named Joel, who is basically running the whole thing, like a dungeon master.
He's like a dungeon master.
Yeah.
And I find that, do you know what, when I found that out, I was like, do you know what? That is the coolest thing. I want that job. I want that job, because I would literally be like, oh, look, you're on. Thingy Ridge, you're at 90%. Be an awful shame if about 20,000 automatons
just magically showed up, wouldn't it?
It'd be a shame if that place got reinforced to the fuck.
Yeah.
Be a shame.
Shame.
Such a shame. I mean, it's all the thing is like it's clearly working because the stories that are coming out the war effort, like people are talking like it's an actual war effort.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the fact that one of the planets they've finally conquered the players, and the casualty numbers are. There are Warhammer 40k
levels. Yeah, levels.
Like someone replied to I can't remember the exact number, but someone replied to that is some Krieg numbers.
Yeah.
I am waiting for and I know if it doesn't happen, fine. This is just it'd be neat if, but I'm happy if it doesn't. Cosmetic Warhammer 40k Imperial Guard regiments.
Yes. To be honest with you, that would be really cool.
It would be really cool. Like I say, it'd be a neat thing, but also I don't want to push it because it's like I'm happy with the game anyway.
Yeah.
The sort of thing. But like I would so fucking dress my guy up like a Cadian guard.
So Helldivers 2 is known for its ever-changing and dynamic solar system-wide war against bugs and bots. And a third race which is coming very soon. And players are tasked with defending or taking over planets in order to prevent various invasions from reaching Super Earth. They try, and lately they've often been failing, yes. As it turns out, this is not some fully dynamic system that Helldivers 2 dev Arrowhead has set in motion, and simply lets it run and do its thing. They actually have a single guy in the studio who serves as the game master of the game, a Dungeons and Dragons term, who is controlling large-scale aspects of the conflict and including directly messing with the entire player population. Speaking to PC Gamer, Arrowhead CEO Johan, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pronounce your last name. How on earth do you Pilsted?
Oh, Pilsted.
Pilsted. Okay.
Johan Pilsted.
Explain the role of Joel. The guy's name is Joel. We have a lot of systems built in the game where the game master has a lot of control over the player experience. And it's something that we're continuously evolving based on what's happening in the game. And as part of the roadmap, there are things that we want to keep secret because we want to surprise and delight. Sometimes Joel thinks the war is not going in an appropriate direction and will push back against or in favour of players on his own volition. There have been some sudden moments where one planet was too easy or one was too hard, and Joel had to get up in the middle of the night to give the automatons a bit of reinforcements so the players don't take the planet too quickly. In the wake of Joel's public debut, I am only 60% convinced Joel is real. Players have been blaming him for the recent loss of Millennium Thingy Creek, aka Robot Vietnam, which fell to the automatons after furious fighting for the better part of a week. When Joel sent a bunch more automaton reinforcements to make that fight even tougher is unclear. But players are certainly blaming him.
I've seen footage of that planet.
Yeah.
They are literally everywhere. It is literally. You know the scene in Terminator 2?
Yeah.
Where they're just literally Terminators everywhere?
Yeah.
That pales in comparison. Like, literally, just a 360-degree panoramic view of nothing but of killing machines. Literally. Like, and not even like small ones. No, these are fucking huge things. Ones. Like, 10 foot, 20 foot, blooming, whatever the hell that flying thing is. Like, just a sea of them everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, they weren't joking when they said this was Robot Vietnam. Holy shit. I thought they were just being hyperbolic like most gamers are. But no.
No.
It's real.
It's real. It's definitely real. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Helldivers on Twitch. It's generally... It's one of those games that I can already tell it's not just fun to play, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my god. I'm so glad it's doing well because I loved Helldivers 1.
The thing is also, like, if you play it in a squad, you're going to have in-game because it's got distant... what's the word? I can't remember the term of proximity chat. Yeah, proximity chat is amazing. Oh my god, that and Lethal Company proximity chat makes that game so much better because you just hear muffles of like someone screaming in Lethal Company, and in Helldivers it's like you hear someone just literally screaming for their lives and they're getting louder. It's like run, fucking run. Behind them's like a horde of the 10-foot tall bugs. Oh, it's just great. It's just it's such, and again, like we said, I think it was last week or the week before, the last chat. Like, it's clearly been done primarily to be a fun game.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, we're shooting 10 billion bugs. It's silly, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You cannot take this game seriously because it's
giant bugs.
It's killing a billion giant bugs.
Also, you can't take it very seriously because you just have to look at the actual Helldivers.
Yeah.
They look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, they look in between of basically a space marine.
Yeah.
Right, with like the helmet and all that sort of stuff. And Starship Troopers.
Yes.
And like, because those two are together, they just look silly.
Yeah. Like,
the entire time. They just look silly.
Like, have you seen some of the ship names you can have as well?
Yeah.
It's so, like, not taking itself seriously. You shouldn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
It is there to blow things up because blowing things up is fun.
Mm.
Although there is already a group of players that are like, if they don't have the meta build, kick them. And I'm like, you guys are not. You are not.
That doesn't sound very democracy.
That is very anti. That is very anti democracy. You are against democracy. If you kick a Helldiver that is there doing his best for democracy, you are not a democratic person, my friend. You are
not for the cause.
No, you clearly are not called from the cause. Yeah. You are
supposed to be spreading democracy.
You welcome everyone who answers the call, regardless of whether or not they have the meta build.
Also, I'm gonna get cut I'm gonna get kicked all the time because I never go for the meta build. I go for the thing that just I enjoy to do.
Yeah.
I always go for the thing, so it's just Destiny. I never use the meta build. I never use the meta build.
I like stuff that's efficient, but stuff that's cool efficiently. Mm. For example, in Destiny 2, I used to run the hand cannon that would, if you headshot, it would create an explosion.
Yeah.
Which then chain into other explosions. With every enemy that dies.
Sun Scorcher?
Yeah, Sun Scorcher, that's the one.
Something like that. It's something.
You know, I would run that. I like those. It's like, yes, it is efficient because I can take out a whole horde of Hive with one bullet, but it's also very cool to watch.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, I go Titan Void build because I punch enemy blows up, all enemies around them blow up, and I'm there, standing there, as if. I like the cool.
Yeah, you're standing there like you actually took effort to do something.
Yeah.
And there I am as a hunter, jumping and flipping over things.
Well, you know, I'm the chosen child.
And I'm just like, doing all the hard fucking work.
I'm the favourite child.
Yeah,
I always have to look cool.
Yeah. No, I
wouldn't know what a meta build if it came up to it and slapped me in the face with a hand cannon.
What looks cool.
Yeah.
It's just that. It doesn't even have to be like, because on Destiny I still run the Jade Rabbit, which is a gun that has been out of meta for so long. But I still run that gun because I love that gun.
Yeah.
And I will never change.
Nope.
The Jade Rabbit is mint, and if any of you people don't understand that, go fuck yourself.
That is a hill you're willing to die on.
That is the hill on Destiny that I will die on. Like, the Jade Rabbit is a cool ass gun, so fuck you.
Yeah. Helldivers 2, like, I'm happy it's doing so well.
Yeah, it's good.
And also, all you pro toxic gamers that want meta only, just go. Do you know what? You guys, all get into a group and go over to those extreme robot planets. Have fun with that.
Yeah, go do that. Have a good one. Or just, do one better. Just go to COD.
Yeah,
just go to COD.
Go to COD.
Or just another game that where meta matters. Because let's be honest, in Helldivers, meta does not matter.
Explosions do.
Especially once the mechs come in, because once you get a mech, that's...
once the mechs drop, we're going full Lance.
Oh yeah.
Four-man Lance.
I do hope you can do a little bit of customization with your mech.
I hope so too.
Even if it's just you get to color it.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfectly fine. I mean, granted, you're going to be able to see me from a mile away because I'm going to be the pink one. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, Helldivers are not about stealth. Although you can apparently actually stealth stuff.
Yes. In
Helldivers. And I'm like,
you can be a sniper.
Holy shit. Wait, they actually... I don't even think it was intentional, but they've actually made a stealth stealth system that works?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can stay at the back lines and be a sniper.
Yeah, I mean, granted, when all shit kicks off, that's it.
Oh yeah, if you're a sniper and all shit kicks off, you're fucked. But
you better have a secondary that's good at killing a lot of things very quickly. But no, Helldivers is about explosions. That's what I take. Yeah, it's about explosions and more explosions and bigger explosions.
Well, I mean, how do you spread democracy without explosions?
I know. How do you do that? It's not possible.
It's not possible. You've got to blow things up. That's the whole point of democracy.
I know. The bigger the explosion, the better the
democracy. Yeah,
exactly.
God, if there's anything that Helldivers has ever taught me, it's that. You want to spread democracy? Explosions. Also, Transformers. Transformers taught me that.
No. Transformers was explosions and flags. Most importantly, the American flag for a bunch of robotic aliens that have come to the planet to hide from the Decepticons. Yeah. But anyway. That never made sense, all those flags being around everywhere.
That was fine. But it's Michael Bay. It's what he does.
Slow motion, explosions, flags.
Flags. It's what makes up for the non-story. Or the very bad story.
Or the extremely bad story.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm really, really happy that Helldivers 2 is doing so well.
And it seems to be like the people who are running the game, I don't want Joel to change. I'm looking forward to when he or she gets the go ahead to unleash the third faction. Because that is going to be the most annoying thing.
This is the most annoying thing right now. Is because I played Helldivers 1 quite religiously.
Yeah.
And obviously this was a few years ago. But I cannot remember what the third faction was.
Because of Illumin...
Yeah, no, but I can't remember what they were.
Yeah.
Because the bugs are bugs.
Someone was saying toasters or something like that. So I'm thinking
Or Cylons.
Yeah, but that's the robots. So
Yeah.
that's the automatons. So I'm thinking maybe like a Xenos type thing.
I might just have to download Helldivers 1 and just look.
I'll just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it. But anyway, I think we'll end there. I think that's a good place to end,
Yep.
personally. I do hope you've enjoyed this chat. Obviously, it sucks with all the layoffs again. We're generally getting to the point now where I just feel like that's all we're talking about.
Yeah. Also, I'm
It's just more and more
beginning to
layoffs.
wonder: have you got anyone left to actually lay off? Like, dude, Jesus.
But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles.